And was it your sense that the affluent, do they see themselves different than average Americans, or do they consider themselves to be average Americans?
That's an interesting question. One thing we learned was, and I should say, the people we interviewed were not super rich by any stretch of the imagination. They had maybe $8 million or $10 million in net worth, which seems like a lot to me, but the Forbes 400, you have to have more than $1 billion. That's more than 100 times as much. So these people you might call moderately wealthy. They don't even think of themselves that way. I think a lot of them compare themselves to Bill Gates and figure they're way behind. They think they worked hard, saved money, had a successful business or profession, and they're not. Rich is an unpleasant word to them, and wealthy, many of them would doubt. So the short answer to your question is I think they think of themselves as like other people but more successful.
Thank you, Professor Page. If people want to read more about your work, where can they find it?
Well, we have a report in a journal called Perspectives on Politics, and I believe if you Google that, you should be able to find a link to the article.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Professor Page, and if you want to read more about what we have to say at Demos, you can see our report, Stack Deck, on demos.org.